With the ButtKicker Gamer2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker, the future is feeling.
Welcome, race fans, here tonight with Area 51 Racing League as they get ready to take on USA International Speedway down here at the home state of Florida, city of Lakeland. Beautiful state down here in Florida. Nice warm weather. As the track temperature here tonight for these guys are going to be 101 degrees. With the weather being at 68 degrees, partly cloudy with 2-mile-per-hour winds. So they're going to be taking on the super late models here tonight at this track, and it's going to be fun. It'll be fun to see what these cars can do around this track here, and but it's going to be fun, guys. Let's get ready to rock and roll here tonight, as I am going to have my good old buddies up here tonight in the booth, Zach Hall and Brian Johnson. How you guys doing tonight? Yeehaw!
Hello, we're doing pretty good here tonight. I think Zach went off to get something to drink for that, the wet our whistle break. But I'm sure he's doing pretty good tonight as well.
He's cheating already. We can't wet our whistles right now. Not yet. Okay, but that's all right. Zach Hall will be back, the Captain Crunch. But all right, Brian. Well, man, this is going to be a fun race. This is going to be the first time these guys are going to be taking on good old USA International Speedway. I have not seen or been on this track probably since the day I got iRacing.
Yeah, that's one of those racetracks. If you do the paved oval side of things to start out, you start out with street stocks racing. Well, at least when I was doing rookie, it was either Charlotte or USA Speedway.
Yep.
So, a lot of guys know this track pretty well because this is where we learned to walk as we were crawling, starting iRacing. So there's really not a whole lot to say about this track that I can think of. I mean, it's relatively smooth. It's it's 0.75 miles, 3/4 mile, symmetrical. It's got a little bit of banking in the turns, not much but enough. And it's a perfect fit for these super late models. Super late models like to drive off the right rear, so it's going to be a very much a driver's race as they work this car on the exit of the corners. That's where a lot of speed is going to be made or lost.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like I said, I haven't been on this track for a while, so I really forgot how it even drives, to be honest with you. It's one of them, I drove it so much when, like you said, when we first started doing this, that you burn out from it. You're like, I'm done with this track. I can't touch it no more. And so I haven't touched it in probably good 5 years. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I drive it every once in a while, not too often. But from what I remember, and it's been a while for me too, several months. But from what I remember, it's like a Martinsville, but with a little bit more banking, and it's just a lot bigger.
Right.
You got to really make sure you roll the center of the corner. That's really important for carrying speed here. And like I said, the exit is huge, especially. Again, like I said, these super late models like to drive off the right rear, so very important not to burn up your right rear. If you slide that thing too much, you're gonna have a bad time. So definitely keep that right rear up under you. Try not to push that right front too hard. Of course, that'll be more on entry, but again, kind of like I've said the past couple of weeks, just take what the track gives you, and you'll be doing pretty good. And right now, Larry Yingling has put down a bomb of a lap, 20.760. That's almost 2/10 quicker than Charles Johnson with 20.927. And those are the only two guys to break down into that 20-second area. Everybody else is right above that 21-second mark. But tonight's going to be a good race. It's these guys are looking really competitive, and this kind of brings us back to the old the short track route deal.
Yes.
Short track routes.
Routes, run, stumps, whatever you want to call it.
What the people out there say?
Yeah, whatever they want to say, right? Hey, Larry, thanks for the like, man. Much appreciated. But yeah, I was actually thinking that in my head watching these guys go around here, Brian. They do look very competitive tonight, and the cars look pretty stable out there. I think we're going to have a really, really good race.
Yeah, these guys are doing a really great job of not pushing the exit too much. You see a couple guys out there, if you try to get too much on the exit and you can't catch the car as the rear end wants to come around, it could be a little bit hectic, a little bit of a handful, but most of the time, as long as you keep this car in its comfortable range, it's like I was telling Zach a little bit earlier, the thing that helps me with this car, as far as like the feel, is to think of it as a teeter totter, where you're kind of just moving the car's weight from the back of the right rear to the front of the right rear. You know, just you gotta pay attention to the right rear. It's super important. So you kind of think of the car like a teeter totter, and you know, just get it right to that edge, but not over it. You'll be fast, and you'll be able to save that right rear.
Basically, want to roll the egg frontwards and backwards slowly without breaking it. You know,
Yeah, except
and that's with
this
the gas
time.
pedal.
Yeah, except this time the egg's not behind the throttle pedal. It's you know, sitting somewhere on the right rear suspension, and you want to, you know, move it around, but you don't want to crack it.
Right. Gotcha. All right, good info. Well, they'll be taking on here 100 laps here tonight, so this is gonna be fun. I don't know if we got Zach back here as much.
Yeah.
Captain Crunch is back. He got his bowl of cereal and he got some water.
Yeah, I had to give me some leave real quick.
Oh,
but
Captain Crunch is now a leave. Okay.
I almost forgot, but yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you guys. You guys were on a roll there, so I was just letting you guys go to yeah, but yeah, hey everybody, good to be here. You know, and y'all were talking about this track a little bit. This is actually one of my more favorite tracks, and actually getting back into the server here. I actually threw-footed while I walked away, but yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks actually. So
freaking aliens.
I know, man. They abducted me right there, and like I was trying to find my way back, and we seem to be good though. So
every freaking week there's something with this.
I've passed on my connection curse to you.
Well, I think it was due to I was changing a USB cable and or changing USB out, and I hit the what do you call it, Ethernet cable. I think I jiggled it out. So it came a little bit loose. I think that's what
doesn't
caused
yours
that,
have a little click when you click it in? It don't come back out.
Does.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's still like even if you hit it a little bit, it slides out a little bit. Seems like, but I don't know.
Okay, but anyways,
an issue there. But I mean, I'm back in here, and like I said, this is one of my favorite tracks because this 3 and 4 is really fun. It's like it's got a really interesting. It's a really open entry, I would say. That it's easy to get the car to turn in there. And I'm sure these guys are going to be fighting a tight race car, but you're still going to have the ability to drive up off that right rear off this corner. And I just want to see how this goes. This is fun, hot, slick racetrack here. One of the most underused, fun short tracks in all of iRacing, I think, really here at USA Speedway. You know, not many people run it other than when they're rookies. You know, that's what most people think of this track. This is the haven for the rookies right here, because, or I guess you could say the other word for the rookies, because this place can either go bad for you or go good. So most people learn the oval side on this racetrack, but I'm glad to see these guys take the super late miles out here tonight.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys have bad memories of this place, so they try to avoid it. You know, you go.
I would agree.
Yeah. To get your first street stock win, you know, you first win at iRacing, and then somebody just comes from like 4 car lengths behind and just plows you right in the rear to take the win away from you, or something like that. But no, I'm with you. It's a good track. Pretty solid. It was a 944. Levi Cox gets really loose coming out of pit road. This first lap is going to be a little bit slow for him.
Robert, I'm starting to think that the aliens abduct our friend Brian Johnson, because I don't know who this other guy is.
Just to let everybody know out there watching, I do appreciate everybody tuning in, but if Brian's voice sounds different, he updated his audio drivers, and yeah, he sounds different. And so if I have to adjust something, if he's too quiet, too loud, let me know, and I will do it on the fly here, because I don't have time to do it right now. Well, I can do it on the fly, but I wasn't ready for that.
You let me know too, because I have this this mixer board here that I got as well, so I can adjust a few things on the fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. The audience will have to let us know. Everybody's tuning in.
Right.
They'll let us know in chat.
Sounds good to me. But
I mean, I can hear you. It just sound. I'm not. You just sound different. That's just different. I'm not used to it.
Let me tell you, he sounds like when we go to Martinsville. That's what I would expect. He sounds like we're in the car riding through the racetrack. So it is.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that sound was.
Just the sound of him in real life. Just being with him in real life. That's exactly what he sounds like. It's pretty
Oh,
funny.
that's
Sound
what
to
he
me,
sounds
wop,
like
wop, popping right into you.
Oh, so that's what Brian sounds like in real life instead of the mic
Yeah.
changing his. Oh,
Yeah,
well,
so
there.
just-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing what spending a little money on audio can do.
Well, yeah. Well, so you got an audio board then, huh? Oh man.
Yeah, I got this mic and just Behringer preamp mixer board here. A little bit of equalizer, a little bit of compression.
It sounds good. To be honest with
does.
you, it really sounds really solid. It's just it really changed your voice. that's about it. But
We
man,
got to get used to that, but hey, it sounds great to me.
well, Brian said what a couple weeks ago. He goes, "Wait till you see what I do for the broadcasting," and I didn't know what that meant. I do now.
I don't even remember saying that.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Well, you did, because I remember it clear as day. Because I was like, okay, well, I don't know what that means.
Of course, it's not just for the broadcast, but for Dirty Air as well. So
Mhm.
now me and Zach sound somewhat similar.
Right. All right. Well, it looks like we have a new driver out there too. Holyfield Paul.
Yeah, Paul
922.
Holyfield.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And we got Cedric Hunter. This is going to be his first Wednesday night race here with them. He ran last Thursday at Bristol. Had a big battle with Larry. That was fun to watch.
That it was. Here's qualifying. We've got about a minute left here in qualifying. Larry Yingling with the 2068.
Jeez, that is.
Whoa.
That's
wow.
flying.
That's a burner, and that was his first lap. Let's see if the second lap can produce anything better.
That's a tenth quicker than almost a tenth quicker than he did in practice.
He's showing. No, he's not.
Yeah, it's about a tenth slower on the second lap, but still 2068.
9/10. He was 9/10 slower.
But we will see if he can if he can keep up that pace over the longer run, like 10, 20 laps. Is he still going to be a tenth and a half quicker than everybody?
Right.
Previous weeks has shown that he it's possible. But still, Paul Holyfield, we'll have to get that right.
It's Holyfield, right?
Yeah,
I would-
I
Yeah.
believe so.
I thought you said Holyfield.
Well, I did, and then I changed, and so
Okay,
it's.
I was like, did I
yeah, it's
mess
gonna
up
be one of those.
again? I was like, oh boy, did I screw it up again? Oh boy.
What are we going to do with you guys?
I don't. Who knows? All right. Well, let's bring up the grid here tonight. All right. We got the grid up here. We will run through the grid and run down our top 10 here.
Yes, sir.
18. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, tonight we got Larry Yingling on the pole, like we just said, with a 20.686. Right beside him, we're going to have Bud Steele in second, Paul Holyfield in third, Michael W. Spell in fourth, Cedric Hunter fifth, Dude Conrad in sixth place, Levi Cox seventh, James Ledford in eighth, Roy Wheeler in ninth, and Robert Richards is going to bring home that last 10th place spot in the top 10. We've got 18 drivers here tonight, 100 laps, which is going to be, 75 miles. So, yeah, it's going to be good.
Going to be fun. I can't wait to see these things go around. This is going to be a fun race. These cars sound so nice. These cars are fun to race. We're just going to see a lot of action here, guys. All right. Waiting for the pace car to take off here.
Yeah, we will have 2 laps here to start out.
Okay.
I would imagine.
All right, yeah. So okay, good. So I don't mess up.
But iRacing gives you plenty of time to catch up, Robert.
No, they don't.
They're slow. They need to hurry up. iRacing, come on.
So as we're getting ready to go green here, we got to pace around 2 laps. What do you guys think about the new update that just came out on the other day?
Well, You see, I have not done. I haven't really explored none of it yet, but I am super happy to hear that. I didn't know this actually. Of course, because they didn't change the pack, like the cup package. It changed actually for the short tracks, and the road course is still what they're actually running in real life to the lower downforce. And I didn't know that because they have the same spoilers, but it's actually still the lower downforce package. Just the spoiler doesn't change like in real life.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see what that produces. Also, I'm excited to see what the tire changes, some to the V7 model. I haven't done no testing, but I think we're about to go green actually because the lights on the pace car are off, so they're rolling to 3 and 4. But I'm excited for the stuff.
I like
that
the
just came
graphical
out.
stuff that they came up with
Yeah.
for frames per second. We're not going green this
That's
time.
awesome.
So,
no, we're not. Okay, yeah.
but yeah, the graphical stuff. I love
Turn
how
the
they
lights
put that stuff in there to help with your frames per second. You know, so that was awesome that they worked hard on that.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
even know what you're talking about.
I'll explain later.
I didn't. I kind of breezed through it a little bit. I was, mainly focused on the.
It will help
the
your
content.
VR. Just put it that way.
But that's good. I hope so because the past couple updates they put some stuff in that makes it a bit more taxing.
Well, this
running VR.
will fix that problem.
But that's good. That's good. But yeah, iRacing did a great job. I'm like Zach. I hadn't done a whole lot with it yet, but from the looks of the changelog, it looks like a really good update, as the March ones always are.
All right, well, stay tuned as we're going to get ready to go green here at USA Raceway here with Area 51, and off we go, guys. Yeehaw!
Larry got a great jump there. Ooh, as the 2 gets into that black card for me.
That would be James Leffler.
Yeah, no, it actually started with him. The 2, I believe James Leffler got a little bit to 88, had to check up. Man, already action going on here. So Larry Yingling holds his lead, but still second. Michael Spell third. Cedric Carter to 2. We got a car in the back here. Robert Richards, Levi Cox actually almost into the inside wall. He gets it going back straight down the back straight into 3 and 4.
No, that wasn't James Leffler. That was Paul Holyfield.
Oh yeah, it was. I believe James Leffler was the other car that got. Or he was actually one of the other cars that hit somebody, I think.
Stood still a little bit in the wall out of 2. That's going to be another thing that you got to be careful of. If you push this car too hard on the exit, you got 2 options. You can either have the rear try to come around on you, or you can hit the wall, or maybe both.
Yeah. Definitely, you see a few guys hitting it. Duke Conrad hit it off of 2 there, so did Robert Richards. But look back here, James Leffler battling Jack Walls. You got Floyd Wood at 98 and 20, and Charles Johnson, Gabe Butler, all these guys. Levi Cox now he's going to try to make a take through wide number 1. No, he backs out of it. Whew. There's a mouthful right there, guys.
Yeah, ooh, 98 a little bit wide. He's way up there. Almost in that 4th groove. Levi's trying to make it 3 wide, but he knows that, man, it's lap 5. There's no reason to do that right now. We still got 95 more laps. I can get it done.
There she makes it around Roy Wood on the bottom. Levi Cox.
I'm interested to see as this run goes on how these guys are going to be able to pass. It's Charles Johnson a little bit back in 48. There, James.
Yeah. Cedric Hunter's made the big move up the second.
I was just watching Charles Johnson there go around, guys, and some of these guys are actually taking their left side tires and putting it underneath that yellow line, which we all know when you do that, it wedges the car, which makes it looser to help you turn. It's interesting. Don't see that too much.
Yeah, what that does though is that ought to heat up the right rear a little bit. And you kind of want to try to keep that as cool as possible.
Well, Cedric Hunter is all over Bud right now.
He is.
He's trying to figure out how to pass him. It's so hard to pass.
Man,
he's down
a little
on
bit
the
of a bump and
apron.
run right there.
That's called, hey, bud, I love you, but see ya.
Yeah.
And Bud's probably going to come back and say, yeah, well, here's my favorite.
Yeah, I think that
Look, a
you
little
know,
Nico too.
it could have been a little bit of net code. Of course, Cedric didn't mean to do that, but that don't mean Bud could return the
Take it that way. Yeah.
So it is, you know, that's the short track super late model style right there.
Definitely. It's gonna be interesting now at Cedric Hunter because he's actually running pretty quick times, about 3/10 quicker than Larry. But is Larry up here smartly saving them tires? You know.
Something must have happened to James Ledford. Back it up here.
David,
Oh.
yeah, this is super late models. Not the late model part, but it's like super late models.
Yeah, James Ledford a couple laps ago got hit in the rear, but it was a little bit of net code. He almost got sent down pit road, had to back it up and get back on the track, so that's going to cost him a lap.
Looks like we had one car that did not grid, which would be Eric, did not grid. So we got 17 cars.
Oh, Cedric, hold on to her, buddy. Oh, no.
Whoa. Yellow flag is out. And Hoosier tires are mad.
He got a bit of the apron and just couldn't save it. He tried and tried and tried. I'm gonna make fun of him for that later.
Oh, yeah, you can see him. He's sliding, he's locking it up. Well, he doesn't hit nothing. Oh, look, he's doing an early victory burnout. He was just testing. As we'll go back live here, as you can see him spinning around. Go back live, and I'm sure everybody, well, the question is last time we seen Larry, he decided to stay out and not pit at Bristol. So, well, that answers our question. He stays out. Looks like from third on back is going to come down pit road.
Except Levi Cox looking to get some track position there. Staying out for the time being as I think he was the only other person to stay out.
Hey, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon says, he goes, boys, somebody needs to unplug Larry's setup. Just unplug his wheel. just, you know, just unplug that.
Let's give it, well, no, see, we gotta give him a fair chance, so he still has to steer. We'll give him a controller.
Oh, okay.
And see what he can do with that.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds like a plan.
So yeah, it looks like him, Larry, Bud, and Levi stayed out. Everybody else came down. That's going to put Michael W. Spell, the first car, with some fresh tires. I would assume everybody that went down to 4.
Looks like Cedric's pitting again.
Yeah, it looks like everybody took 4 tires. Because their pit stops, 4 tires and fuel is in the ballpark of a 20 and 20s. So and the top 3 stayed out: Bud Steele, Levi Cox, and Larry the Beer Man.
I'd also have to imagine that fuel shouldn't be much of an issue. They should be able to make it from here, I would think.
I would assume so. I don't know what the fuel mileage is on these things.
On a short track like this, and on a track like these corners where you're out of the gas for so long, you should be able to go for quite a bit of ways.
Probably gonna worry about your tires more than fuel. So.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like Larry McReynolds said on Sunday for that Auto Club race. It's gonna be more about a tire window than a fuel window.
Right.
About to see how these tires do. Also, with that spin, Cedric Hunter said it's now gonna put himself back about 16th place. He is running some pretty quick times. See if he can work himself back up there.
I think it's. Oh, go ahead, Rob.
I just wanted to give everybody an update on the overlay. If you wanted to know why it has the yellows with the green, it means one to go. Something new was added in that I had to get set up. So just so the viewers know what that is up there and going, I'm confused. It says green, but we're not green. So.
Green's coming.
Do you got your stat page up there, Zach?
Green flag, green
No,
flag.
I forgot to actually pull that
Oh
up there.
my goodness.
Oh man, 44. Oh, missed the start or missed a shift or something.
Dwight. Old Milwaukee.
Oh, Jack Wall's there on the inside of Michael Spale. Oh,
Wow. Oh, look at this.
Robert Richards.
Charles Johnson got into.
Bottom of the turn. Oh, when he turns, he gets a little help. Charles Johnson goes around, so does Jack Wall.
That was a 2-for-1 deal.
Wow. Let's go back on the replay. See, I had to deal with, oh yeah, you see it right there, Charles Johnson. Let's go back a little bit more, guys. So it slows down for everybody. Riding with Roberts. And you can see, yeah, he just got it in that left corner panel, and he's starting to slide. He's locking it up. Dude Conrad, oh, he misses it, and 44 at Dwight right into the back. Not, wow, that wasn't much damage though. It didn't even do nothing to Robert's car.
Jim Brooks came so incredibly close to hitting Charles there.
Yeah, it was close.
Jack Wall's doing a good job of saving it right there. He could have been the one spun out right there, but he hung on to it and kept her going. It's going to be interesting now to see how they re-rack here, because some of these guys, that was a few guys that were on new tires right there. So Levi Cox and Larry Ewan still holding on to that lead here.
Yeah, looks like Roy Wheeler's coming in, and Charles Johnson is in. James Leffert is one lap down now. And Eric Rory did not grid here tonight.
Gotta say, I think Larry and Levi has done this on purpose. Both of their names sound similar. Their car paint scheme looks similar, and their numbers are almost exactly the same.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I just seen two red cars coming around the corner. I'm like, wow, they kind of look the same.
I'm gonna get with them side by side like this. I'm gonna get them confused all night long.
Yeah. Well, one's got the jet, and the other one's got snap-on. So Larry works on Levi's planes.
That was good. That was creative.
Yeah. not really.
Snap on, more like snap off.
Yeah. I appreciate everybody tuning in there. We're starting to get some fan bases out there on Facebook. Don't forget to hit that like and share button. Helps us, helps the leagues, and it builds a community.
That it sure does.
It does. That's all it's about. Build a community, have fun talking about racing, enjoying it, watching these guys, take on Lakeland, USA, Speedway. That these cars are so awesome to race.
Yeah, they really are. They're fun. Very fun, and this is a lot of what the Cup drivers have said. This is very similar to what the new Cup car is going to handle like.
Except with the bigger front end, right?
Well, I would say this front end might be, I believe the front clip on this might be bigger.
The Yeah, it could be bigger, and the rear end of the new car, that new Cup car, is
They shortened the
shorter
neck
than
lid up
this.
really short, yeah.
But of course, it did drive like one of these until Willie B decided to wreck it. But he said, you know, he felt the car do the same thing that his other Cup car did, and he thought he could save it, but he didn't, which is good.
Green, green, green.
And green.
We are back racing.
Ooh, big move back there. I see from Home Depot, Cedric back there. He gonna move to the bottom, jump down. That'll restart.
Levi's trying to work the outside. He just could not get in one there.
Yeah, look at Bud still. He's got all the new tires behind him. Michael Spell, Robert Richards, Jack Paul's touching.
Man, this is good.
This track promotes a lot of side-by-side racing. The outside line and bottom line are both pretty good lines. Personally.
I mean, you got nowhere to go. I mean, you get a run on the car and you're like, oh man, crap, I gotta check up. I mean, they're on top of each other. Look at this pack back here.
Yeah, it's awesome racing
Jack,
there.
Cedric, dude, Roberts. Oh my goodness gracious. Jim, Gabe. Who else is back here? The whole pack. The whole.
And Cedric Hunter gets a run. He's a
Gonna try and make it 3 wide.
I don't think
good.
three white.
Jack
Oh,
Paul gets the ball like Duke Conrad says. Jim Brooks around. Oh.
and that's it. I don't think these guys have got to get used to it. Is the distance on these cars with the front end. You know, you get so used to running a cup car, the distance on these things, and you think you're clear, but you're literally, actually, you're not.
Well, there's that, you know, the front end of these things stick out further, but it also, you know, a Cup car, the front end is relatively flat. These things kind of have a taper off to them, so if you get into the back of somebody, the front of your car actually goes up underneath the rear bumper of the car in front of you.
Right.
Which makes the car obviously really unstable.
Right.
It is tough to turn and have traction when the rear wheels are off the ground, so not a huge problem in the Cup cars as much as it is in these. But again, another reason why I love these things.
Definitely. Good racing though, as you can see already throughout this race. See if Larry and Levi decide to pit. I don't think they will. I think
they're going to stay out the whole race.
Yeah, if the tank will last that long, 70% of the Super Late Model tank with the fixed setup, which they did, you know, they added the setup, so of course they could have added fuel because you can add fuel to a Super Late Model for setup wise.
Right.
But that is interesting to see how much. I would imagine they can make it the 100 laps on the fuel they have probably. So we'll see if he pulls a Bristol here.
Well, I don't know if Brandon's still out there, but he's sitting right there, probably right beside Levi. Hey, Brandon, let us know. Ask him. That'll walk behind him and slap him in the back of the head.
Yeah, go look at his was it F4 page, F4 black box.
Yeah,
Go
tell him
take
to
a look
pull
at
it
that.
up.
Looks like we'll have, I believe we should be the final this lap right here, I believe.
Should have,
yeah.
1 degree. See here if it triggers it.
Nope.
And nope, I would imagine probably because we got a car lap down.
And we got James led for 2 laps down,
Right.
unfortunately.
So we'll pace around one more time. Adams, thanks for the like. Much appreciated. Oh, there's that ice cream car again. Oh, jeez. I gotta go to the store tomorrow and get some Coke. I gotta go to the store tomorrow and get some. I will.
Are you gonna get some Klondike first?
Oh, I will. No, I will. Because I gotta go out tomorrow to the grocery store anyway, so trust me, I'll be getting some.
Interesting, so that's gonna be your choice. Okay. Interesting.
Yep. I'll grab some Klondike bars, I'll take a picture, and I'll send it to you.
I'll believe you.
Wow. I'm still gonna take a picture and send it to you.
No. You guys should picture Klondike bars because I don't want to see him.
Why?
You need to
Because
take a picture of it and
I can't eat him.
make it a splash screen for the broadcast.
Yeah, Klondike bars.
I'm gonna put that on your at World Series of Sim Racing League picture of a Klondike bar.
Well, see the Klondike can chase down these two red cars here. So they're about to go back green.
Green flag, green flag.
Ooh, green's out in that inside line, checked up.
It did. Old Klondike had a little bit of a bear of a restart.
It must be melted tires.
Cedric Hunter and Robert Richards capitalized on that.
Did
Yeah,
you
you can
just
see-
see? You see Charles
Yeah.
Johnson?
Look at Levi. He actually had a good little run. They had to back out and then he was going to turn. Levi, but look at Cedric Hunter used the outside line here. He's going to go around the outside Robert Richards, I think, here. If he can get the run off of 2, not enough. The bottom power's off of 2. Can he roll the top of 3 and 4, though? Again, that's what he did here. Let's see. As Charles Johnson's actually going to take the position from Jack Wald back there.
Wow. These got battling all over.
Oh, yeah, Cedric Hunter and Robert Richards are battling harder. Cedric Hunter sticks his nose there. Robert
Oh no
Richards.
no! He's on the apron.
Ow in the house.
Oh my
happened on the bottom right there.
Goodness.
He's gonna send it again.
Back in it. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Man, that looked like Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte at Bristol.
It was like either of them didn't want to give room there.
Heated moments. Heated moments. Let's go back. Let's bring up the replay again. Oops, hit the wrong button. Oh. Dude was in the wreck. Oh, that was the aftermath. I think I went back too far.
I think you did too, because I didn't
Yeah.
see anybody else involved.
Alright, I think I clicked on the wrong button. I went back to previous lap. So, that was my bad. So we missed that. We missed that. I blame that on this. I blame it on Zach.
Well, I'll explain it how they. Yeah, I think right there that was really Robert Richards didn't want to get the bottom up. Cedric was very. He was. I don't know if he was under him, but he wanted to be under him there, and he was under. You know, once they got to the corner, and he just kind of washed up. Actually, got into him there. From really looking at it, that was more of Cedric's fault than anything. So. Hard racing between those two though, because you can see Cedric was on the apron there on the bottom last time. There was really not much room, but yeah, I think the two just got into the 12 there. Got them turned around.
AJ, thank you for the like, much appreciated, man. All right.
Yeah, sometimes when you know, you're feeling good early in the run, you want to be really aggressive and try to get as many positions as you can, because you don't know what you have for the long run, late run, especially since we haven't had a long run yet tonight. So Cedric could just be worried about his long run speed, so during the short run he's trying to get everything he can, and unfortunately just led to a caution right there.
Yeah, and some of that I blame on the physics of the game, and explain what I feel is that if you don't get your positions in the first 10 laps, you kind of get into a standstill. You can't move or do anything. Now, I don't know with the new version 7 tires that we have, these cars don't have them, right? Not yet.
No.
No,
No,
not yet.
because
but-
they're Hoosiers.
Right. So I don't know, you know, with the new version 7s if we're gonna see that, because I remember when I was racing, if you didn't go full board right away, you kind of got stuck where you were, and there was nothing much more you could do. Either you ran the same line, and it is what it is. And to be honest with you, I feel a lot of sim drivers got that mentality. When the green flag flies, go, 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 instead of saving, or taking your time. That's just my personal.
There is 2 ways to go about it, because to pass somebody, you need to be at least about 2 or 3 tenths quicker a lap And so the two ways to
Right.
do that is to push really hard at the beginning, like you were saying, or hope you have a long run, you know, a 30, 40, 50 green flag run, and just save a bunch at the beginning. So you are, to a degree, pushed to the extremes of your driving style. And especially in the cup cars. With these,
Right.
not as much, but it still is a thing. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, that's just my personal feeling about it. So, but hey, Bubba, how you doing? We got a Bubba out there on Facebook, guys, and it's not Bubba Shrimp.
Aw.
I beat you to that one, Brian.
I was trying to get it in there.
All right, we are gonna get ready to go back to green.
Green.
Michael Spell's looking very strong out here tonight in these cars here too. I give him some props and a shout out. Oh,
Why
and
did
now
you
he's
say
not
that,
looking
Robert?
good anymore. Me and my big mouth. Oh, he saved it.
That was a very good save.
Wow.
Yeah. Oof.
I'm sorry, Michael. Won't say another word. Oh, now we got Bud Steele saved.
Oh,
now
Robert Richards, he's grinding the wall. Ooh. I don't know how 12.
what? And
Yeah, he was riding. Yeah, he was riding completely vertical on the wall.
Oh yeah, he was pulling it.
And the one in Deep Butler spun out too. Lewis, he got the back end Bud Steele on that shit.
let's see.
He found a cushion.
I don't know if we can. Go back, slow it down, and ride with Roberts here and see. Oh yeah, he got in the back of Bud, and then it slid him up the track and into the wall, and oh, the wall just grabbed him. And oh, check out that. I'd give that an 8.9 because of the sparks.
That was a gnarly grind, man.
Yeah, man.
50-50.
Wow, that wall just sucked him right in like glue.
That was a 50-50 chance he wasn't going to end up on 4 tires again. Dude, but
Greg, thanks for the like. Much appreciated, man. Donald, thanks for tuning in. Lewis, thanks for tuning in.
this is a pretty interesting stat. So far through this race, only 2 guys have actually ran under a 20-second lap, under a 21-second into the 20s. So Larry and Bud are only 2. So Larry actually with a 2067, the Bud's 2094, and then the rest of the field is about 21.0 for most of the guys to 21.4.
We forgot to talk about it during practice and qualifying, but during practice the track temp was the highest I saw it was 100 degrees. It has now dropped 12 degrees to 88, so quite a bit cooler now, so a lot more grip out there.
Wow, yeah, that definitely dropped. I brought up the weather slider. But yeah, I brought up the lap times, the top speed laps, like you said there, Zach, and yeah, you can see everybody's in the 21s except for 2 guys.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff from the 2
Yeah,
there.
that's pretty interesting. That is interesting stuff.
And now we got Larry Yingling and Levi Cox still out here on their used tires. We got Cedric Hunter on the freshest of the top. Well, Charles Johnson would actually have the freshest of the top 5, but yeah, it's gonna look interesting on this restart. I think it should be pretty close here, as we should take the 1 to green here.
1 to green, almost halfway, lap 49 out of 100.
150.
180.
Tree fitting? No?
No,
Okay.
2 2.25. As high as I go.
Zach knew what I was talking about.
350.
Nah, tree fitting.
Oh, well, okay. I have no clue. See, I'm out of the loop again. So that's all right. It's all
It's
good.
got something to do with the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh. I don't even pay attention to that anymore. I forgot all about that thing.
Green, green, green.
We are back green. And there ain't no Loch Ness Monster down here right now. That I know of.
Oh,
Not yet.
Now this is Lakeland, Florida. I wouldn't be surprised if in that lake there isn't a Loch Ness Monster alligator.
Sort of boa constrictor.
Yeah, or something, some wild animal out there in
Yeah,
Florida.
wouldn't that be something to see an alligator?
Levi, hold on. Oh, Cedric did a good job checking up. Jack Walls is going to take advantage. So is Charles Johnson and Cedric checking up there for Levi.
Oh, Cedric sent it into one, trying to hold his position as I hear some tires squealing off in the back of the pack. Cedric might be able to hold him off here.
Oh, look at he drives it off into 3 and clears to the bottom.
That line actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, the way he drove it off from the top, yeah, it looked pretty nice.
Yeah, I wonder if that
Johnson
would be the line to run because he really
Oh
seems.
no, Bud gets sent around by I think dude Connor. That was just checking on the bottom there.
Oh, and rubber's flying
Bud's
up all over the place. Oh yeah, dude just ran right into the back of him.
Yeah, Bud was checking up to make sure he didn't hit Charles, and I don't think Dude was expecting Bud to check up that much.
Wow. Oh, no one hit him from what it looks like. We are back under yellow. Don't forget, everybody, to tune in tomorrow night. We'll be here with Area 51 as we will be taking. They will be taking on Talladega Super Speedway Cup cars. As that season's winding down, all the seasons are actually winding down here for Area 51. Then we will be live Saturday night with World Series of Sim Racing at 8:30. Between 8:30 and 8:45, give or take. Just pay attention to the Facebook post and YouTube. And there's also talk to Zach. Brian don't know nothing about it yet, but there is going to be basically a giveaway here at Freaky Fest.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man.
Oh man is right. It's already done, signed, dealed. And just got to figure out. Zach knows more about it, but I don't want to give it all out. Levi kind of knows about it because we came up with the idea, kind of. So I'll fill you in then, and then just have everybody pay attention to Facebook on how it's going to roll, how the post is going to be, and so make sure you, like I said, you follow over there and you hit the like button. So when something gets posted, you see it. So it might be something you're interested in, it might not be. So. And David, yes, to answer that question, yeah, oh, he's, okay. He said that 8-card does that a lot. I don't know, I don't think he does it a lot, to be honest with you. It seems like it is this race, and you might be right on that there, Dave, but... David, it's again, I just, when you're not used to driving these cars and you sit behind the wheel, it's hard to judge your distance. That's basically all it comes down to when you're racing like NASCAR, Gen 6 cars. It's a total different feeling. So that's where I chalk that up to.
And the other thing with sorry, Robert, but
I was just going to say, Chance, thanks for liking, but go ahead.
Yeah, the combination of this car and this track, it gives you a lot of options on how to take the entry of the corner. You can either just full send in there and then have to check up for the middle and then have an okay exit, or you can be slow on the entry and roll the middle and then be fast on exit. So there's different philosophies on how to take these corners, and so that's where you see a lot of the contact come into play is just guys taking the corners differently, and you got to have a really quick reaction time and really know what the guy ahead of you is doing. And again, new car, So it can be tough to do sometimes, but it's just some of them, some of the growing pain stuff that happens when you go into a new car with a league. But it'll get good. It's already been pretty good. Seen some good racing, and it'll only get better from here.
And this is Area 51 as we're getting ready to go back green. But this league, please stick around because you have not seen nothing yet. I wouldn't be surprised we see something crazy at the end of the race.
Oh no!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh man, Bud.
Yeah, Bud has been pinball.
I was gonna say, is Bud a pinball machine tonight?
I don't. That was
Oh. Yeah, it looked like Two may have locked up some brakes a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was trying. I think the two at center corner was trying to get down, trying to be aggressive, jump down to the inside, and just hit the brakes. And when he hit the brakes, it went dead right. And but like you said, Brian, Bud has been the just I guess you could say he's not the bat in baseball. He's the ball.
Everybody else is
the
bat.
Bud end.
He's been the butt end of a lot of situations. There you go. That's a good way to put it. And back to even what happens here, a lot of these wrecks are caused by checkups too. Like you got cars behind other cars. I think that was like what the last wreck was. This past one was just, I think, a big mistake actually, and I'm sure Cedric's not proud of that right there. But at the same time, this track, like Brian said, there's so many different ways to attack the entry, and you're gonna have different philosophies. And usually my rule of thumb as a driver, when I get behind a guy and catch a guy, it's usually when I start to back up the entry. If I have a clear entry, I usually do take it a little bit deeper, I would say, than most at short tracks. But when you catch somebody, you have to take that. You can't drive the same way behind someone as you can drive when the track's completely open. So that's what a lot of people just got to put in their mind is like, I got to back the corner up when I get to them. You're trying to get the run off. That's how you make a pass. Usually you don't make a pass by just diving up underneath someone, an entry. You make a pass by getting the drive up off out the corner, getting up inside of them, then being able to drive into the corner deeper. But
see, and that's that's a differing philosophy from some people where they're like, I'd rather pass on the entry.
Yeah.
So I get just so many options when in these super late models or just any short track in any car. So many different ways to do it because you got all that power and all that brake. So it really, yeah, it's good. That's why I like it. But I'm like you, Zach. Whenever I pull up behind somebody, like say in these cars at this track, for example, I'll always base what I'm doing off of the guy in front of me, so I can figure out exactly what he's doing. So I can figure out, okay, where can I get an advantage at, and just kind of slowly work it, set it up, and get around it. Then I can do whatever I want at it.
That's a good way of doing it, man. But again, here at that, at this track, it's so small. Like Zach said, your reaction time it's got to be on key. Like and drivers have good nights and drivers have bad nights. You're human. We're all human. So,
and the other thing about it is we're on lap 63 now. It's less than 40 to go. It's go time.
Is that pot starting to boil? Getting hot?
I think it was hot about lap 30.
Do you got some popcorn?
I don't actually.
Lemonade?
But I am a little hungry. I need a snack.
Well, you should have went and did that before we started tonight.
Yeah, it should have been like Zach.
Right? Right?
I wasn't getting a snack.
Crunch.
He's eating his bowl of cereal.
Dealing with the whiny dog.
All right, well,
Green.
we are back green. Let's see if we can get some green flag racing in here, guys.
Ooh, Charles Johnson, real close on the back of that 88 right there.
That he was.
Good job to stay off of him while up front.
Who won the
Levi.
battle?
Oh, and the 88 into dude. listen to the cars just go roaring by on that screenshot. Zoom, 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 zoom.
And these cars, these are one of my favorite sounding cars in iRacing.
Yeah, it sounds so cool. Charles Johnson is actually starting to make a move.
Yeah. Oh, the center hunter's right there under. Oh, the center hunter. Oh no, save Charles.
Oh, I think he did that
Oh
on
my.
purpose. He was trying to get that entry to the corner.
That was a good job. He saved it very nicely. Oh, the 12 takes the.
Yeah, that's some hard racing right there. Pretty close.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, got into the left rear. Let's see if we can find Robert up here, and he keeps it off the wall. He doesn't do the wall riding again. But then everybody had to check up. Bud had nowhere to go. That black car just missed Cedric. Woo, yikes. The 42 hits the brakes. Oh boy, guys. Well, we should probably start seeing some cars eventually falling out of this race, to be honest with you, because they got, I believe, 3 fast repairs.
Yeah.
So you
So,
take a quick look here. We got 2 tonight.
2, so I'd imagine 70% of the cars are out of them. Jim Brooks moved his way up 14th position. He's the biggest mover of the race so far. Hey, Gary's out there watching. Gary Whitmore Sr. Probably see him tomorrow night.
Yeah. Charles Johnson, I believe, is actually coming up here, running up here too.
So, Zach, they've been telling you when you're going to get out and run one race with these guys.
I don't know. Let's look at their schedule.
Oh, okay. that's one way to do it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you missed your best opportunity.
That's right.
They took those Indy cars to
The Glen.
not the Glen, Canadian Tire.
Canadian Tire. Nah, Larry would have kicked my butt.
Oh, well, we were at the Glen with the Indy cars yesterday, and
Sure,
just
yeah.
put it to you this way, Brian, there was a guy named Gary that was just dominant. I mean, I don't even think, and this is nothing against Zach, but I don't think Zach could have even kept up with him. I mean, that guy was just one of, I don't even understand how he was even driving the speeds he was. It was crazy. It was crazy.
There once was a guy named Gary. He drove a car that was pretty hairy.
And it was pretty
He was
scary.
in the lead, and something that rhymes with lead, and then he ended up in victory lane.
he poked a hole in his tires so the air pressure could bleed.
There you go.
Man. Hey, okay, well, hey, Wayne, thanks for the like. And Brent, this is Area 51 Racing League. You can find them on Facebook or iRacing's league page. Just look up Area 51, and they will point you in the right direction on how to join the league, bud.
I would have to do one of the super late model races, because these races, because I wouldn't want to affect none of their series. This is a fun series, so it'd have to be a Wednesday night, I feel like.
Well, all you gotta do is get old Charles, and he'll get you down there like Brian did. And
They got Lanier, Talladega, Thompson, and Rockingham, so
do a Rockingham.
I suck at Rockingham. I mean, yeah,
He needs to be Thompson.
Thompson, there you go. Yeah,
true.
That's going to be a fun track to call. Very, haven't been on that in years either, so. But we're back green.
Look at Levi there. He has a great restart.
Oh man, that if he could have held the momentum on the outside, that was going to be his best chance. He's still there though. But Larry is just so solid on that bottom line.
Yeah. These guys haven't pit yet.
Yeah, they've been out.
See if Larry slides up. He chooses not to.
There's some hard racing going on back here too, guys. Around Bud Steele.
Oh wow.
Yeah, look at this pack right here with Paul. We got the two. Cedric Hunter's gonna take it through out on the bottom.
He's in the grass.
And he's giving room. So he's gonna lose. Oh, and he got Charles Johnson on the rear. Oh,
Did he say
no, Charles, he gets it sideways, but I
Yellow,
don't
yellow,
think.
yellow.
No, good. Whoa. Man, that was unfortunate. Just a little tappy tap.
Oh yeah. Watch this. Oh, look at this. Sliding left, sliding right. And
The Home
does he hit the,
Depot,
oh yeah, he does hit the inside wall. Not hard though. That wasn't that bad. That was a love tap.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, but like,
He says mushy mushy kissy kissy. I'm sure I'd like to hear what the drivers have to say out there right now.
Well, I think there's some, like the ones who haven't pitted all race, that are, they want to go racing, but they're like, hey, I got podium right now, and I'll do it. And then there's some at the back of the pack that's like, man, I need to gain some positions. I've been beat around.
I think some people want to go to the Home Depot.
Taking advantage of. But that's short track racing at its best, man.
Yeah, I love it. Makes you smile.
You can't do
Sure.
nothing but just grin and laugh.
Yeah. Larry Engling, though, he's grinning, laughing. He's like, I'm gonna stay out again and hold on to this. I think his tires. There's no way they're not hurt.
No,
they can't be.
he doesn't abuse tires from what I've seen. So, and with these cautions and stuff, there's no way his tires are 10% used on these Hoosier.
Well, it's something we can ask him again. We asked him at Bristol, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got plenty of tires." It's like, oh, okay. He stayed out 100 laps on tires, and I still was good to go.
Hey, speaking of tires, I haven't heard your opinion, Robert, of the new, the new 18-inch rim with the wheel nut. What do you think about that?
You're gonna put me on the spot here on broadcasting. I'm gonna say it in a nice way. I don't like it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Because you know how I can get on a rampage. I just think it's gonna mess up the excitement on pit road. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I get why they're doing it. I understand why they're doing it, but I guess you can't train an old dog new tricks, and that's the problem. I'm old school, so I just have to get used to what NASCAR's trying to keep up with the technology and everything that's going on. They can't stay behind. They got to keep pushing forward. And some people are going to like it, some people are not. I just feel that, it's going to be different, not seeing, races won or lost off pit road. That's my opinion, It's a lot easier to mess up trying to put 5 lug nuts on than just put a tire on and go, done, and, so.
Yeah, the only difference that I will say, they glue the lug nuts onto the wheels now, so they're already up there.
Yeah, but
the
you
new
can
ones,
still knock
they're gonna
them
have
off.
to. Yeah, but these new ones, they're gonna have to take that wheel nut off and then put it back on. It's because it's reusable.
Well, unless you spin it really fast and it goes rolling down pit lane.
There's that.
then you're screwed. You're gonna be yelling at your crew chief saying, "Throw me a lug nut."
Levi.
Oh.
No.
Restart.
Robert Richards.
Robert just got pounded.
I think
That was a checkup. Restart there. He slowed up.
no
And
caution.
guys didn't.
So anyways, back to the race. So that's just my opinion. I think I said it pretty nice, I think.
And that was good. That was good, Robert.
What's
right
your
here
guys'
now.
opinion?
Oh,
Listen to Dirty Air Podcast.
yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
oh, we have,
Michael Spell.
Michael Spell needs, that Klondike bar is crunched. They do got crunchy Klondike bars, though.
They do, and they're good.
Yeah. Sorry,
I got a
Michael.
little excited right there.
Yeah, me too. Oh, man.
Crunchy
But
Klondike.
yeah, if you want to hear what Brian and Zach, as we watch slow-mo, that was war. It looks like the 88 came up a little bit.
To me, it looks like Cedric came down a little bit. He looked like he was about to
okay.
get in the
Getting the
came
wall.
down right into
Yeah, there was
the
very little
door.
room.
Okay.
It did like there was a little bit like neck up, but they would have hit anyways at some point. The the trajectory they're coming, but yeah, I gotta say it's been a rough night for Cedric. He's he might need to take the car to the Home Depot after this race.
Yeah,
Right.
gonna need some TLC on that one. That thing's looking a bit rough.
But what I was saying is that anybody wants to know what Brian and Zach has to say about the lug nut, go over to Dirty Air Podcast on Facebook. They premiered their episode tonight at 6 o'clock, so you can go there and listen to that, or you can go and see them on Google Play, Spotify, and iTunes. You can go listen to it there. Well, not this one yet. I don't think it's uploaded there yet, Zach. But
Yeah.
you can listen to the previous ones. But if you want to hear tonight's, you go to the Facebook and then, make sure you give them a like and a follow too. So you can listen to their podcast, an hour's worth of sim racing news and iRacing news and any kind of news of motorsports.
Heck yeah.
I think, Zach, I don't think we mentioned this on the podcast. If we did, oh well. But you said that it's estimated pit stop
Yeah.
times of only a second shorter.
So yeah, it seems like the pit stops are gonna be about a second shorter from what they simulated. Because
With the
first
new
of
lug
all, yeah, with the new lug nut,
Okay.
because it's gonna be the same deal, same amount of crew members and stuff. But you gotta think about it like this: fuel can only go in the car so fast, and the jackman can only get around the car so fast.
Right.
So, a lot of people are comparing this to IndyCar and F1. If you watch their pit stops, the guys are already stationary waiting for the car. It's a full family reunion out there, working on the car. Like,
They're having a picnic.
like we're still only gonna have 5 guys. Like, a lot of people act like it's gonna be such a big change, but people just, my thing is like, I personally like the way it looks too. I'm not gonna lie, I like the way it looks. I'm the type of person that likes that. But the thing is, like, it's gonna be something different. It takes the position of a tire changer, and I think it makes that a little bit easier. But I'm gonna tell you what it does make. It makes that the fuel man's job harder and the jack man's job harder, because that jack man, those tire changers are gonna be waiting on him now. So it's going to make the jackman position even more important. You're still going to see issues on pit road, even in the other series that have one lug nut. You see issues with stuff on pit road all the time. It's still going to be there. It's just one lug nut instead of 5 lug nuts. And engineers have said it is safer with the 18-inch rim, aluminum rim for this. It's better for the load. They put it all on the hub. So.
Right. Well, Bubba just said out there, he said the next thing they're going to have auto jacks in NASCAR.
They will. That'll be a long time.
They won't. I don't think they'll ever have.
F1 doesn't even have that. Only IndyCar uses that. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because F1 they do the front jack and the rear jack.
Yep.
And Alan, thanks for the like. But yeah, so.
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever see that F1 team Red Bull. I don't think you'll ever see a pit stop that fast in NASCAR.
Yeah, you're gonna see a 2-second pit stop.
All right, well, we're gonna get back green here again. And thank you everybody for tuning in and watching, guys. Oh, they're checking up old tires.
Yeah, they were trying to time the restart. Levi tried to time it. Jim thought it was green. He reacted, and they both got out there and had to lift up. That pushes them both back. Look at Duke Conrad fighting on the bottom here for second now.
Oh, 76 sent it on in there. And you see, he carried a lot of speed in there, but he had to wash up in the track quite a bit. Levi fighting on the outside for second position. I thought he was going to clear, but it was looking pretty close. He is going to clear now, though. See if dude sends it on in there. Now he decides to take the conservative route. And Larry's just smiling, looking in his mirror like, man, why are y'all way back there?
Well, the first battle, we got Cedric Hunter here battling the home. Oh, and I see some smoke in front of him. But Cedric Hunter battling on the outside here. But Paul.
Bud gonna send it on the inside of Jim there. Not quite gonna do it though. Oh, but he comes back. That outside, it's gonna have that momentum as it go down the front stretch.
Oh, they just tagged them.
Love tap.
They all saved it. They all saved it. Oh, but it's gonna get through wide. Everybody's gonna get checked up here.
Yeah, and this is where the action happens. Let's see if they can make it through, guys. And I think they look okay. A little bumping, a little rubbing. If you're not bumping and rubbing, it's not racing.
Paul got sent. Oh no, it's Cedric Hunter on the apron. Oh, with Jack Walls 3 wide.
Well, they say rubbing's not racing, right? Or rubbing is racing.
That's for sure right now.
Yeah, let me say that right.
As the top 3 have broken away about 2.5 seconds, it's pretty clear for them right now. But from 4th on back, it's a line of race cars. Oh, and their turn.
Bud.
6
Oh,
of
no,
Bud.
Bud.
He's been. I'm telling you, man. He's been the butt end of every situation, like you said earlier, Brian.
Steal my joke.
That was a good joke. I ain't gonna lie. That was probably your best one. You know, with your new mic and all, it made it really crisp. It was a crisp joke.
A crisp joke. It was kettle cooked.
Oh, yeah, you guys. What are we going to do with these? Oh, man.
That is a good question. I was trying to come up with something witty to say to respond, but I couldn't think of nothing.
I know I could think of something. We got 5 laps to go here.
Yeah, man, time flies when you're having fun.
Whoop, whoop. Always getting freaky nuts here. Freaky, crazy, freaky. I just messed that totally up.
You messed up your own catchphrase.
I did. Hashtag freaky.
Hey, Robert, did you see your the Freaky Fast commercial on the podcast tonight?
No, I didn't get to watch the podcast tonight. I was doing some stuff.
You'll like it. This one, you'll like this one. It's the same, but added some new flavors.
Oh, okay. Did you do the thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be listening to Dirty Air tonight. I know that much. Well, we haven't seen Squatty Potty in a while.
That's Dirty Air right there.
That's Dirty Air.
That's distasteful.
Well, if anybody out there that's new here to Freaky Fast, talking about there's a car, what's his name, Michael? No, what's his name?
Matt.
Matt, that's it.
Matt
Matt Quick. Yes, you haven't seen him in a while. He races a Squatty Potty car. So, that's the inside joke.
I think some of these drivers here tonight would like to have one.
David said they treat that 6 car like it's a red-headed stepchild.
That's what it's been like tonight.
It has. He has been.
They have used old Bud up tonight.
I think we might need to pull Bud down here just to see how it's racing.
I don't know. He might have a Squatty Potty right now going on in there.
Oh man.
So I know if I was him, my mouth would be Squatty Potty.
Oh,
that is for sure.
Bad words coming out.
Oh man.
You'd have to get that
We
censor
are
button ready.
Censor button.
We are professional guys. Don't worry.
Always. I bring my briefcase filled with juice boxes ready for this podcast every night.
Oh my god.
We'll get a side job, but this is be a comedian.
Is it high C?
Yeah, actually,
Juicy juice.
Juicy juice?
Oh, Juicy Juice is so good.
That was
God.
my stuff as a kid.
I love Juicy Juice. Man, I ain't had that in so long since I was like 10.
It's been a while. It has a lot of sugar in it.
It does, but it's some delicious
got
apple juice,
tons
I
of
gotta
sugar.
say.
Yeah. Well, I think this is gonna be our last restart here tonight, I believe, because we're gonna go
green,
back
white
to green.
chickens.
Yeah. You think we'll have?
I think we will.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's just top it off, right?
Alright, let's
Cherry on top.
All right. I mean, what's, All right, Phil. Thanks for the like. I cannot say the other name. Thanks for the like. Wang Halsey. I can't say your name, sir. So I apologize. But we're back green. 99 laps, guys. See if
Yeah,
we
Larry,
get that
another good restart.
white flag. Do we get the white flag? Is going to be the question.
Levi's got to push hard.
Oh, dude,
Dude got
Conrad
sent.
sent.
Oh my
It's
God.
gonna be 3 wide. Oh,
middle,
my
but-
God.
oh, they got bumped, Cedric. Oh, these will get the inside of one. It's not gonna work.
Oh no. Oh, big miss in turn 2.
Well, we got the white flag, so
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna
Back up
bring
front.
back Larry Yingling. He's gonna win it tonight with Levi Cox second. Dude, Conrad's gonna finish third.
and
Wow.
Jim Brooks had a great run. Jack's going to bring it home. Roy Wheeler is actually going to bring it home 6th, guys. Not a bad. A lot of yellows, I must admit, though, but that's expected. Short
That's
track racing and a new car for these guys. They only ran it, I think, two times, so they're learning. It was a
Yeah,
fun
you know,
race to
it's-
call, though. I tell you that much.
We may have had a lot of cautions, but there was definitely not a lack of action on the track.
Amen on that. Amen on that. Alrighty, well, let's get everybody ready here for the post-race interview, and we will be right back. Where? Levi, you came back into the... you came back out of the track. Alright, well, we'll be right back with our post-race interviews. Right, let's go back live here. All right, we are back live here with our post-race interviews here. We're going to get, we got Levi Cox. We're going to get Larry, and we need Dude. And we got Dude. So we got our top 3 here tonight at Area 51 at USA International Speedway. All right, guys. Well, let's bring up the race guys here, and let's see if the aliens were being mean to them.
Alrighty. Well,
Can you move them, or do I need to move?
I can't. Yeah, I can't move.
Oh, you can't move him on here. I got him. We'll talk to Dude here real quick. 3rd place finisher here tonight. Hey, dude, is Brian in the booth? You got a copy, man?
Hey, Brian, how's it going, bud?
It's going pretty good. Well, tonight you started 6th place. You finished 3rd, USA 3/4 mile track, short track and super late models. How was that car tonight for you?
I'll tell you what, we had a blast. I ain't raced here in the late models in a long time, so I think I first started iRacing. And did decent, got into Bud there. One of them restarts, I did not mean to do that, but other than that, we had a blast.
Yeah, definitely. We were talking during practice when y'all were practicing at the top of the show. You know, a lot of guys don't race here at USA a lot, other than when they were rookies at the beginning of iRacing when they first started. But tonight we, it seemed usually these super late models you got to drive them off the right rear a little bit, and we saw kind of earlier in the race a hotter track, but then it started to cool off a little bit. Did you notice that track change at all, or and as well, I guess a piggyback off that question, how was that right rear wear for you?
Brian, I actually wasn't bad at all. Matter of fact, the first caution, I think it was lap 17, I come in and took tires, and it's been so damn long since I drove these things that it didn't make a bit of difference at all. Track never changed at all. I just kept the same line all day long.
Well, that's pretty interesting and good to know. You know, that's that always makes for a good race too, when the car and the track are really consistent.
Yeah.
But tomorrow night, I just drew a blank on the track we're gonna go to. So if Robert or Zach, if you could fill me in on
Talladega.
Talladega. Okay, so we're gonna be wide open tomorrow night. Talladega. Do you have any sort of strategy going into that tomorrow night? Are you gonna try to be up front, lay in the back? You got people to work with? How's that gonna work for you?
Well, Brian, that'll be the first race I've ever ran at Talladega, so I'm gonna just really try hard and follow the guys in front of me and see what happens.
There you go. Oh man, brand new to Talladega. That's gonna be good. You're gonna be really excited. That's gonna be cool for you. But before we let you go and see you there tomorrow night, is there anybody you would like to give a shout out to?
I'd like to give Zach a hug. I don't know why his mic's off. Kind of hurts my feelings. You know?
I'm laughing at Brian.
Wait, what, did he fart or something?
No, you said it was your first time at Talladega. He acted like it was your first time.
Wait, what?
You just were like, yeah, he runs Talladega all the time. What are you?
Man, look here.
I was just dying laughing. I'm sorry. That was
That's,
good. That was the
You
best
got me
part.
there. You got me.
I thought you were gonna come back with something sly back to him, but
That one went right over my head. That was good.
Hey, y'all have a good night, guys.
hey man, we appreciate it, dude. You have a good night, man.
All right, Zach.
Oh, now I can move people. Actually, I don't know what. That was weird. I can move you now,
Man.
so I got it.
Can't believe that.
Brian, good job, man. I was dying laughing. I'm sorry. He probably says, "Well, you'll love you treat." All right, we'll move on. We'll move on. That was a good blooper. That's a blooper for the rest of you right there. I guess
that is for sure.
All right, we're gonna talk here with Levi. Hey, Levi, it's Zach. You got a copy, man?
What's going on?
Not much, buddy. Just having a good little laugh about our good buddy Brian Johnson. But yeah, how was your race tonight, man? You actually got yourself on the second, and you never pitted tonight, so good strategy to stay out and keep the track position.
Yeah, started, I don't even know, 5th or something like that, and coming off 2, I believe it was Robert Richard got up in the wall and just kind of came down, hit me, so I got put behind the pinball there, or behind the 8-ball, and so I had to get it back somehow, and that was about the only way.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it worked out. You and Larry there staying out, keeping the track position as the Carnage continue behind you guys. Really, just the biggest question I can ask for you is, you're working the outside lane there on all those restarts, having to try to get the time the restarts. Do you think if you timed it perfectly, you could have maybe worked outside, or is it was just you needed him to really mess up probably?
Timed it pretty good one time, and I was able to keep on his outside for about 2 laps, but it really comes down to, like you said, just timing it right. If you go a little bit too early, you gotta check up, because you just can't take it from them like that. But you can't lag back either. And I don't know. It was really about, I don't know. You had to get a good start, but also you had to be able to stick in the throttle as soon as you got back in it, coming off of 2. That was the biggest part there. But cars were pretty tight on these little bit older tires that we had, so it's pretty hard.
Yeah, definitely. You almost timed it perfect on that one. Like you said, you had to check up a little bit, so that was unfortunate there. But yeah, man, the outside line there seemed like nobody could. It seemed like it was hard to get back in the gas coming up off this outside tonight. They're off 2. It seemed like a lot of people were getting tight even on newer tires too. So interesting there, but that bottom lane definitely has a lot of grip. But yeah, great ladies for you here tonight. Anybody want to send a shout out to before we let you go though, man?
Send a shout out to Brandon. He's not in here, but and then Larry, just for his talent, man. It gets old a little bit, but makes you better. So, and send a shout out to Area 51, you guys, and WSSR.
Well, thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, and like you said about Larry, it's always good to have people to chase for, man. It's never a bad thing. It gives you something to shoot for. So good stuff there, man.
Yep, 10-4. Y'all have a good night.
All right, guys, that was Levi Cox, your second place finisher. As he talked about, a very talented man. That's for sure, Larry Yingling. This dude is always tough to beat. So, got Robert down here in Victory Lane, about to get talking with Larry Yingling, our winner here tonight, Area 51 Super Late Model at Lakeland Speedway.
That's right. Larry, Robert up here in the booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man. You and Levi stayed out and didn't take a pit stop the whole race. He tried battling you on the outside multiple times, man. What was the goal to keep him on that outside? What did you do different on that bottom line? And how was the race for you tonight, man?
That was a pretty good 3-lap race. With all those cautions. Just got dive bomb every corner pretty much on a restart. Get that bumper on him, then trail brake and trying to smash the throttle off.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's basically the way you had to do. You know, you had to dive bomb it into that turn, you know, to get what you needed to get done. So, but man, it was, yeah, a lot of yellows, but you know, it was fun watching. It was a lot of just action-packed racing, and I'm sure we wanted to ask you, after this, not taking tires, how was your tires? What percentage were you down to? Do you know?
I was 97s on the right side, and
wow,
I think like, I don't know, 96 on the left.
All right. Okay, well, hey, we had, I don't know, are you going to be able to meet us tomorrow night at Talladega?
I hope. I know this dude's first race there.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian's gave him congratulations on running that race. So you gonna help dude try to win his first race at Talladega?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Hopefully I can teach him how to hold the line and stuff.
All right, man. Well, hey, man, it was great seeing you out here on the track again, man. And we'll catch you tomorrow night at Talladega here with Area 51. But before I let you go for this victory, is there anybody you want to give a shout out, or your normal shout outs?
My teammates for this race, Stu Conrad and Gabe Butler, and shout out to Levi. We practiced some bump and runs in practice, and some I mirrored in the final 2 laps. I was waiting for it, but I was able to get a good run off the corner at the end, and you know, I just didn't have to mess up, and I had.
Amen on that. All right, man. Well, congratulations again, and we will let you go celebrate this, and we will catch you tomorrow night, hopefully at Talladega.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right, that was your winner tonight, Larry Yingling. I don't know why I might have said Levi, but yeah, Larry Yingling is your winner. So that was him.
All right, let's bring up the results here. All right, I got the results up there. Brian, that dude never ran Talladega yet, so hopefully he gets a win.
Yeah, well, tonight Larry Yingling gonna be your winner. Levi Cox gonna finish second. There's some man that finished third there. His name's Dude Conrad. He finished third. Jim Brooks, 4th place. Jack Walls, 5th. Roy Wheeler in 6th. Cedric Hunter, 7th. Bud Steele in 8th place. Charles Johnson, 9th. Michael W. Spell in 10th. James Ledford, 11th. Dwight Plesh, 12th. Robert Richards in 13th, Gabe Butler 14th, Paul Holyfield in 15th, Paul Patterson 16th, Diego Vasquez in 17th, and Eric Laurie finished 18th, even though he did not grid. And yeah, good luck, dude. Tomorrow, your first race. It's gonna be good. You know, it's gonna be exciting for you.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, before we sign off, I want to say, Darius, thank you for the like on Facebook, and I want to say to everybody, thank you for tuning in here tonight at Freaky Fast and Area 51. As you heard, we will be live again tomorrow at 8:55 at Talladega with these guys with the Gen 6, and then we head off on Friday, and then we head off to World Series of Sim Racing League on Saturday night, basically the same time. So make sure if you're open, come back and come and watch us and enjoy. And on Saturday night, you'll actually get to see Brian Johnson and Zach Hall out on the track. So, and I'll be calling the action up in the booth here with them guys out there running around that Chicagoland, correct?
Yep.
Yes, yeah, Chicagoland for 167 laps. So make sure you tune in for that. But all right, guys, well, man, I don't know much more to say about this race. It was, yeah, a lot of cautions, but live and learn, hard driving, beating and banging, bumping, short track racing. It's expected. So I don't know if you guys got anything else more you want to add. If not, we're going to sign off and get ready to head to Talladega.
No, I think you said everything there pretty much. The race kind of spoke for itself. Some good short track racing, even though with the amount of cautions. But hey, that happens sometimes. It's you know, it happened. So, but it'll get good. It'll get good.
Yeah, for sure. I enjoyed watching that. You know, every now and then a race like that's good to watch. So I had a good time, and we'll go on to Talladega tomorrow night and see some Cup Series action as it starts to heat up for their season.
Yeah, and we'll also see what the new what they changed in iRacing, how that all plays out too. So this is going to be a
Maybe
first. We'll
see higher speeds.
Yeah,
we
higher
can see some higher speeds though,
and
so,
better drafting, and the cars are supposed to be more stable, from what the notes are saying. So we'll see. So everybody else, tune in tomorrow night, 8:55 again here with Area 51. But until then, God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.
Later, fellers.
bye everybody.